Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And this one's coming to you straight out of Houston, Texas, and Dallas. And for those of you who are following my channel, this is a whistleblower claim. And for you all who don't know about how whistleblower situations work, if you are a whistleblower and I'm out in something like this healthcare claim and lawsuit, medical lawsuit, sometimes insurance fraud, disability fraud. If you are a whistleblower, you can actually get up to 15 to 25, 15, 20, 25% of the settlement. And this particular whistleblower against Baylor St. Luke's Medical Center, there was a $15 million judgment and the whistleblower got $3 million. So let me explain to you what took place at Baylor St. Luke's Medical Center dealing with cardiac surgeries. AZA, Law Office AZA out of Houston, aids U.S. in reaching $15 million Baylor heart surgery Medicare fraud settlement. Working in concert with the federal government for 5 years, lawyers at AZA saw their whistleblower client receive $3 million of the $15 million settlement of a lawsuit alleging that Houston surgeons were letting unqualified trainees, that would be cardiac surgery residents, perform parts of heart surgeries while the surgeons billed for 2 or 3 concurrent surgeries. So when people do a residency, you graduate from medical school, you get accepted into an internship, and then you do a residency in your specialty, where there's a non-surgical specialty like dermatology, a surgical specialty like general surgery, orthopedics, cardiothoracic surgery. You have a chief, the head of the department, and then you have residents in year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are training to become board certified surgeons. And they do participate in surgeries on a minor scale in the beginning of their residency, leading all the way up to when they are getting ready to graduate from their surgical residency or non-surgical residency. So residents do assist. So in any teaching hospital, if you are getting surgery done and you don't want the residents to participate in the actual surgery, you need to sign a consent saying that you only want the operating doctor, the board certified surgeon, doing the entire case. Because like in year 1 of a residency, a surgical residency, so for example, a heart surgeon may do the case. You may have a year 3 a cardiothoracic resident that may open up the chest, and then the cardiac surgeon does the case, and then another resident might close it, might do the post-surgical suturing of it. So there are different aspects of what residents do in participating in major surgeries and in minor surgeries in their residency. So this settlement, so what was going on here is that one surgeon is in an operating room with a patient, but there might be three patients in 3 separate operating rooms, and then and there are cases that are going on simultaneously, and that head surgeon, cardiac surgeon, is billing for all 3 cases that are simultaneously going on, and he's not in all 3 rooms. One person can't be in all 3 rooms. That's what this case was about. So it says the settlement is with Baylor St. Luke's Medical Center. Baylor College of Medicine and Surgical Associates of Texas, the government said it is the largest settlement on record for Medicare fraud over concurrent surgery claims, meaning surgeries that are taking place at the same time, and that one surgeon is billing for multiple surgeries that he can't be in multiple rooms and he's one person. In short, the teaching physicians churn through as many cardiac surgeries as possible to generate revenue for Baylor. Regulations be damned, and were rewarded with lavish compensation, said the lawsuit filed by the law firm AZA. So they were trying to, so the claim is that the surgeons in Baylor, St. Luke's Baylor Medical Center, was trying to uptick the number of surgeries they were doing, and saying that one surgeon was in 3 operating rooms, like double and triple dipping, which is fraud. That whistleblower lawsuit filed under the False Claims Act resulted in this government intervention, and in June 2024, in the June 2024 settlement over allegations of the massive number of false claims made to Medicare from 2013 from 2013 to 2020. So here again, what is being alleged and where the fraud comes in is that they got 3 or 4 surgeries going on at the same time, and under the Medicare and Medicaid regulations and laws, in order for that surgeon to bill for that case, he has to be the active surgeon in the operating room performing the surgeries. He cannot bill for a surgery that somebody else does in another operating room. Medicare billing regulations require that a teaching physician must be in the operating room and supervising operations during critical portions of surgeries. Regulations also require adequate informed consent from patients, meaning that the patient has to be aware that a resident is doing the surgery and not the teaching physician. The lawsuit alleges that procedures were done in violation of these regulations, resulting in a $150 million windfall for the hospital, and allowed the surgeons to make compensation up to 4 times what their colleagues were making. Of course, they were making 3 or 4 times that because they're billing for 3 or 4 cases and they can only do one at a time. Medicare regulations are there to protect the integrity of the government program and to protect patients. Patients have a right to a surgeon's undivided attention, especially in a procedure as important and complicated as heart surgery, said the lawyer at AZA, co-founder, attorney Joel Ahmad. The AZA lawyers worked hand in hand with lawyers at the U.S. Southern District of Texas U.S. Attorney's Office to gather evidence. The press release from the Houston U.S. Attorney is here, saying that the Texas Medical Center institutions agreed to pay $15 million, which was a record settlement involving concurrent billing claims for critical surgeries. Mr. Campbell said he is pleased the government chose to intervene in this lawsuit and reach this settlement. Hopefully, this result will shed light on these regulations and serve as a strong warning to surgeons and hospitals that the Department of Justice will take these rules and whistleblower suits seriously. And these whistleblower lawsuits fall under the False Claims Act, which allows a whistleblower to file a lawsuit on behalf of the government over fraud. The government can then choose whether to intervene and investigate. He said, "We took this case when we saw it concerned not only double and triple billing to Medicare, but also something else as serious as heart surgeries," said Mr. Warden. The heart surgeries in question included coronary artery bypass grafts, valve repairs, and aortic repair procedures. This case is in federal court in Houston titled Morgan versus Baylor of St. Luke's Medical Center. Dr. Morgan, which I'm going to do a follow-up story on, was the lead head of the Department of Cardiothoracic Surgery. He had come from a hospital in Detroit and had only done like 18 heart surgeries. And then this place, St. Luke's Hospital, Baylor St. Luke's Hospital in Houston, decided to make Dr. Morgan the chief of cardiothoracic and vascular surgery, and he has allegedly botched quite a few surgeries. AZA is a Houston-based law firm that is home to true courtroom lawyers with a formidable track record in complex commercial litigation, including energy, healthcare, intellectual property, and business dispute cases. So this Houston-based law firm went after Baylor St. Luke's Hospital in reference to these multiple concurrent surgeries that were taking place, which falls under the guise of Medicare and Medicaid fraud. One surgeon, as I said before, could not be in 3 operating rooms at one time. And for all my listeners, and if you're a patient and you go to a teaching hospital, residents, doctors in training will be in there assisting and participating in your case. If you don't want that, you need to sign a consent form saying you want the teaching and lead physician to be the one starting your case and finishing it. That is very, very important. I think many people in the general public do not realize these major teaching institutions, hospitals throughout our entire country, whether it's Massachusetts General at Harvard, University of Chicago, Barnes BJC in St. Louis. If you attend and go to these teaching hospitals, then you will have residents in training participating in your case. How else that is a good teaching tool, because how else are these physicians in training going to learn how to be great doctors if they don't get an opportunity to learn how to do these surgeries in their residency? So there is a little bit of a testing going on. You're not necessarily a test dummy in the sense if you go to a teaching hospital and residents are participating in your surgeries, there is supposed to be a chief attending surgeon in on the case, observing and participating in whatever case, whether it's orthopedics, heart surgery, general surgery, gallbladder surgery. The attending physician has to be in the operating room and doing most of the work. Teaching hospitals and institutions serve a very great purpose. They are your leaders in research, in the cutting edge of surgical procedures, and it is a means to an end, and it is a necessity for the advancement of healthcare and medical treatment for patients now and in the future. But in this particular case, allegedly Baylor St. Luke's Hospital and their cardiothoracic department got greedy and were double and triple billing or quadruple billing concurrently, and having the one surgeon bill for 3 or 4 surgeries at the same time when it is impossible for one person to be in 3 places at once. So this whistleblower got $3 million for being this medical malpractice whistleblower claim, and there was a record judgment against Baylor St. Luke's Hospital for $15 million, and the whistleblower got $3 million. And remember, this falls under the False Claims Act. Tell me what you think about this video and this story. This has been a Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth in a positive, righteous, and God-fearing way.